Hello everyone, my name is Sam and today I am 3 years on testosterone. The last time I did an update video I was a year on testosterone, so a lot has changed since. I feel like a lot of big changes happen in your first year, but then a lot of major changes happen in the next 2 years as well. They're kind of different changes and they're different in how major they are. I mean, when my voice dropped on my 1 year on T, that was like major and had like a major impact on my life, but all of the stuff that sort of happens from a year onwards is kind of what, like, I don't know, kind of what shapes you is what I feel. Because of that, it's actually kind of hard to know where to start, but let's go with body hair. I feel like body hair is like quite a thing that everyone experiences, really. I've had more of it. I think in my 1 year on T video I was talking about wanting a snail trail. I know I was definitely telling everybody in my life that I wanted a snail trail. I felt very much robbed of that experience. And then about 3 months later, literally like that summer, I started developing a snail trail. It's not even a snail trail, my tummy is just fluffy. I mean, it sort of leads up to my chest, but I don't really have much chest hair. I get some hair literally along my scars and around my nipples, but I think that might be because of like massaging with oils and stuff, because I know that some people recommend to get like facial hair and stuff like that to like rub in coconut oil and stuff. So I feel like potentially the hair that I have along my scars and around my nipples is just due to massaging so much. But yeah, that's kind of the only like torso hair I have. My legs, they've been madly hairy since the start. I'm like over that bit now. My arms are a weird one. I don't think the camera would pick this up at all, but it's kind of like the inside of my arms, like over here, has randomly gotten really fluffy. It's really bizarre to sort of watch that fill in. It doesn't bother me. I guess it's just weird more than anything. And I have a few like really long hairs on my arm up here. It's to be honest, it's kind of hilarious, but I don't want to trim them or like pull them out or anything in case they just get more, you know. Other random small bits and bobs is that bottom growth happened again. Not a huge amount, but definitely I'm a lot happier now with the amount of bottom growth that I've had. It means that I can consider things such as the hot rod from Transcetics, which I've ordered. I'm really excited for. Maybe I'll review that on here. I still don't know how I feel about waving something that looks like a penis on camera, but we'll see. It has also meant that I finally felt comfortable enough to consider bottom surgery, and I have had a consultation for metoidioplasty. That will be a whole separate video. But yeah, that's been a nice and welcome change. On a sort of similar note of intimate stuff, my sex drive has settled, which has been nice. I mean, it honestly is one of those things that's so intense, and you kind of hear about it a bit within the community, but you don't realise how bad it's going to be until it affects you. Another good thing is definitely that my acne has settled a bit. I've got a few spots here and there, and they do come up, and I don't know how much of that is part of like a routine that I've followed and how much of that is just me settling on hormones, but it's definitely calmed down a lot, so that's nice. And even now I've changed from Susten to Libido, and I thought that it might affect my acne or something, but not really. Like, I have a few really random bad days and then it's otherwise like a spot here and there, but really nothing major in comparison to what it used to be. Now let's get on to the facial hair. As you can see, I'm 3 years on T and I'm not donning an incredible and luscious beard. And that's because I cannot grow one. It's one of those things that I go like on and off being sad over, but I think I've generally reached an acceptance that everyone's changes happen at a different pace, and I might get mine later on. Maybe I'm just not really destined to have a beard, although all of my family are pretty bearded, so it would be really random if I'm just like, no, not you, you do not get a beard. But yeah, I'm not really capable of growing much facial hair. I grow some chin hairs, then nothing here, and then there's this bit of neck hair that you might be able to see. Right here. That bit of neck hair can grow really long, really thick. I have to shave it all the time. It's very annoying. But then everything else is struggling. This like sideburn tries, but fails. I mean, there's a few like really dark hairs that always grow in now, but that's it. And then this side is like barely even fluffy. So yeah, I mean, I used minoxidil when I first started testosterone around 3 or 4 months. I've never been very consistent with it. It irritated my skin. I've got skin conditions, so it irritated my skin, which I wasn't loving. And then on top of that, you have to be really regular with it. I'm not that great at things like that. And also I've now got a partner, and it like tastes disgusting, and I don't want to rub it on their face, and I'm with my partner a lot, and so I kind of stopped using it for that reason more than anything. I mean, I felt like I've been using it on and off, and I felt like whenever I have used it pretty consistently, it's been pretty good. Like, I've seen that there have been changes. I'm pretty sure the only reason I've got this is from minoxidil. The only reason I've got a few hairs here is from minoxidil. But yeah, I could never keep up with it enough. However, I've recently seen a lot of things and heard a lot about derma rollers, but then no one's like particularly consistently been like, ah yes, this is good. So if you have any experience with derma rollers or anything, then let me know, because I'm willing to consider it. I don't think they're that expensive, and I think I could keep up with some like spiky rolling on my face. I don't know. Another thing is fat redistribution. I've had a bit of it, but I've not had loads. Like I definitely had some between 2 years and 3 years. It's one of those things that when I look at myself, I can't see it, and I generally get like a bit dysphoric or annoyed about my hips or something, but then when I look at comparison photos, I'm like, wow, I have nothing to complain about. This is literally just all in my head. Like, I look completely different to how I looked before. So it's pretty great. I mean, I've not been able to put on as much muscle as I'd like to, and that's mostly due to the fact that, like, when I started testosterone, I had a slip disc, and then now I'm dealing with some, like, chronic pain issues that are separate and being investigated, but it means that exercising has been really difficult for me. I've recently gotten back into it, and hopefully I will be able to continue going with it, but we'll see. I've definitely not managed to like get my shoulders big or anything. Like, I'm still very much a noodle, which sucks a bit. A noodle on the top half and then like chunky thighs, because my fat and weight still seems to sit in my thighs. That bit has just not really distributed at all. Another thing that I found a little bit difficult is in the past 2 years since I've done an update video, my hairline has receded dramatically. My hair's just thinned a lot, like a lot. It may not look like I've lost a lot of hair, but I A, know it from how much hair I find everywhere, and B, because I can feel it. Like when I run my hand through my hair, there really just isn't much there at all, which is like pretty unpleasant. I get it's like one of the only things I'm insecure about. I say I'm dysphoric about it, but it's not a gender thing. It's just like, to be honest, I'm just insecure about it. Like, it just sucks. It just goes really far back on the sides over here, and it's not a good shout. I really struggle to find a haircut that I like. I'm really struggling to, yeah, like how my face looks in relation to like my hair and my hairline and stuff. I don't know, it might be contributing to the fact that people are seeing me as my age a lot more. I don't really know. I don't know if it's one of those subconscious things that is helping me like pass as my age. That's like, I guess, like a random positive to throw in here. 24 this summer, and I think most of the time people do realise that I am the age that I am. I don't really get ID'd as frequently or treated like a little kiddo as often, so that's nice. But yeah, I'd still rather have my old hairline. I don't really know what to do about it. I know there's like medicine you can take, but it's all really harsh, and I'm not sure I want to, so maybe it depends how bad it gets. To be honest, I don't really know, but it's not something I'm particularly enthralled about. I'm assuming it's because my T levels, like just my hormone levels, have been like completely wacky. It's why I've started on Libido earlier this year to try and get my levels into place, and I wonder if like once my levels are stable for an amount of time that like this will stop progressing. That's what I'm hoping for anyway, but we'll see. I've got 12 weeks till my first like set of blood tests on libido, so we'll see what comes up at that. But let's end this video on a very classic thing, the voice. I don't think my voice has changed at all. In fact, if anything, it might be a bit higher now, because previously, before then, I was still used to just lowering my voice, like even just subconsciously. I wonder that now that I'm not really thinking about my voice, and like it's not even in my mind at all the majority of the time, I mean it comes up every now and then, if my voice has like naturally gone a little higher to just like settle at a more reasonable place. I guess I'll find out when I'm editing this and when you're watching this. So
this is my voice 5 days on T.
So this is my voice 4 months on T. This is my voice 1 year on T. This is my voice 3 years on T. But yeah, overall I'm really happy. Like, I mean, the hairline thing sucks a bit. I wish I had a beard, but aside from that, like, I definitely see the correct version of myself now, and that's really nice. And it means that I don't have to think about all of these things all the time. It's generally pretty settled. Dysphoria crops up once in a blue moon, but I definitely feel like I've made it to a more comfortable place. And I don't know, like, I know a lot of people who watch these comparison videos watch them before they're on testosterone or when they're in the early days, and you know, I might have not had the perfect time. I mean, a lot of people's idea of the perfect time is this like super deep voice and like huge big muscles, and like a beard and stuff, which I don't have, but that's the reality, is that not everyone's going to get there and not everyone's going to be there, and that's fine. Like, I'm okay with it. I am generally pretty at peace with what I have had, and I think that's really important. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!